Hey, Sexy Beast, it's the BG. It is Brian. I am checking in again. This is Tuesday, February 18th. I am going to bring in my back day review, which will be a lot of fun. I don't know if you saw the first one, which was chest day, because you always do chest day on Monday. It's just the way you do it. Sorry, it's International Chest Day. Fight me. um, and again, if you guys don't know what this series is, this is me trying to just show you guys what I do, and maybe it helps inspire you to do your own thing. Because my biggest goal is I just want everybody lifting heavy weight and getting strong. And I mean, just think about it. If we had 50% more of the United States doing something, we would all get healthier, you know. And I think it's sad that not enough people just jump on and just try something, do something. So more background about me. So at one point I was running the adult ballet program in Louisville, Kentucky, with Louisville Ballet, and it was great because you know what, it was a very open way of getting people to not only be dancing but also to, sorry, I gotta adjust that. There we go. It gets people dancing, it gets people moving, and I think it's a little bit more low impact. So you don't have to go out there and become an ultra marathoner or world's strongest man to get healthy. And actually, I would flip that, and I would say that it's very difficult that if you're going to compete, that to worry about doing it safely. But again, that's because again, if your whole goal when you're competing is trying to win, not necessarily to do it the healthy way. So I don't know. Anyways, but yeah. So happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you guys have a cup of coffee. I need to find a cup of coffee. I don't know why I didn't do that already, but it's okay. We got to get to it. Just got to get it done. I've got my friend Jackie coming into town today, and also my friend Chris coming in from Indianapolis. It's gonna be a full house. Maybe I'll even do an interview with Jackie to kind of see if you guys want to get to meet her. She's wonderful person, wonderful dancer, and she's even got her own costuming and dancewear business that we'll plug at some point. So anyway, let's get to it. So the first exercise that we do, it is so of course, again, like I said on Monday, I do cardio first. The reason I do that is so that way I make sure I do it, because I hate cardio. I absolutely hate cardio. I do not want to do cardio. But today it was nice because then I was able to do a couple emails and stuff like that. I was doing my uphill battle, meaning I take the treadmill and I set it at 12 to 15 degrees, and then I just set it to 0.8 miles per hour or something like that. It doesn't, you're like, oh, that's not that fast. But if you're walking uphill for like 25 minutes, it'll whoop you. It'll get you worked up. I didn't do as intense because I think last week I did 15%. I dialed it back down to 12%. I'm trying to save a little bit of my energy for the show. Anyway, so first exercise that we do, it is Romanian dumbbell deadlifts. I think that these are one of the best exercises for dancers and specifically, but I think it's great for everyone because it really helps to stabilize the core and the spine, and it really strengthens the glutes and the hamstrings, which are generally undertrained for most people. And again, not necessarily time under tension this time, but I was just trying to go slow, really trying to feel the movement, really trying to make sure that I got everything, make sure I stood up tall by the end of it. The other thing you want to try to think about is taking your hands and running it right down your shins, because then you know the weight's right over the middle of your foot. And you're going to think this is really weird, but I'm actually sending my hips behind where my center of gravity is, so that way the weight goes straight up and down. That's just the way you do it, and it's completely safe. I mean, if you've got 110 pounds and you're doing that, which that was 110, and if your body is strong and stable, you can definitely handle doing that. It's not a problem at all. These did not feel good today, but at least the first set. This is the second set, and then I usually do dumbbell lunges, and I always do it going forward. I just prefer it that way. It forces me to really pay attention to my technique. And I don't go too heavy because, again, it's, putting 70 extra pounds on one leg and having to push myself back. I try to go all the way down to the knee and try not to bounce up, but I was really sloppy in this, so I'm sorry about that. But these are great, especially if people have tendency to have knee issues and stuff like that, or especially if they have to jump off of one leg. I think this is a good one to especially strengthen your knee completely. I don't know. But I do this just on the off day of not doing legs, just so I can get a little extra work. And Yeah, and I try to really make sure I extend my heel forward and put my heel on the ground, and I push into my heel to get back up, as opposed to using my toes. It helps me again to focus on my posterior chain. What's your posterior chain? It's everything on the back of your body is the posterior chain. So your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower spine muscles, your lats, all that kind of stuff. And generally, whenever we're talking posterior chain, we're generally going from glutes down. So that's just, it's my favorite. And I think, again, the carryover to ballet makes sense that you should always do that. So I don't know why I'm not, look, that's the camera. That's not the camera. That's the camera. Sorry, I keep doing that. Okay, next exercise. So we're back to my favorite implement, which is the lifting belt. But even though I'm going to show you a little bit of how awkward it is to get this thing on, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I guess the problem with being a little guy that you have to like wrap it around and make it work. Like, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so this is weighted wide grip pull-ups. And actually, I do something a little different. So I do as many as I can. So I think I end up doing 6 here. And then when you watch, at this point, I end up going to failure. I can't pull myself up. So then when I do, and again, this is a throwback to my Jedi Master Paul. He helped me to figure, like, if you want to get stronger, do your negatives, do your eccentric contractions. So I hold myself up and I try to slowly lower myself down. So the other nice thing about an eccentric contraction, which we talked about yesterday, is that you can overload your muscles by like 25%. So you're 25% stronger lowering stuff as opposed to trying to pick stuff up. So you can really get, a little extra damage to the muscles. It's perfectly fine to damage your muscles. That's how they get stronger. That's just the process. But, oh yeah, sorry, the shirt was wearing out. Wore out. It's okay. Good. Moving on. So another one, this is another, so a lot of my workouts are kind of inspired by people that I've worked out with. And Paul is one of them. He was very formative in the beginning of my training life at Dayton Ballet. And he taught me this one. It's inverted rows. But I am a goofball, and I figured, I'm getting too strong. I need to add more weight. Like, never thought I'd ever say it'd be too strong. So, that's okay. So we got, what is it? Okay, yeah, so I put a 25-pound plate on, and then I suspend my feet, and then you just do a row. And I like this a little bit better than the single arm rows or even barbell rows, because it works your core, it makes sure your abdominals are trying to stay stable while also trying to row your whole body up to the bar. I don't know. I like them a lot. I think it's a great body weight exercise. And you can do it without the extra plate. I just like doing it with the plate because, again, it gets me a little. I think I did 10 here. Yeah. Last week I was able to do 12, but I didn't do that without a plate, so that's a good sign. I guess I'm getting stronger. Whatever. Okay, so now these last 2 exercises are actually inspired by a guy named Jeff Cavalier, and he's got his own YouTube channel called athlenex.com. You should definitely check him out. He's a monster. He's like, what is it, 5'11", mid 40s, 5% body fat, but he was a former trainer, like athletic trainer and physical therapist for the New York Mets, I believe. And then he trains everybody. Like, I think he trained Antonio Brown. He trains a bunch of WWE superstars. It would be my goal to work out with him. I would love to have him train me as a ballet dancer, but, we'll work on that. Anyway, so the first one, this was, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the sevens workout, where you take a barbell or a dumbbell and you row the top part 7 times. You curl the top 7, and then you curl the bottom 7, and then you curl all 7 the full range. So what Jeff had actually described as, like, yes, do that exercise, but do it this way, which is, here we go. Let me get this loaded up. It is, okay, so you start with a heavy weight at the top part of it, so that way you can take advantage of the strength curves, because as you get closer to the full contraction, that's where you're strongest. So I did 10 for this one, and so it's kind of like a drop set. And I only did 1 set of this because I'm really happy with the way my biceps are developing. Okay, so I put that down, and then I go grab the 50. So it was the 60s, and now this is 50. I don't know, it just wasn't comfortable today. So now I'm doing the bottom half of it with 50s, with the 50 pounds. So again, that's the weaker part of it. And so it allows you to really focus on getting the muscles to do the work that they need to do. I think 9, yeah. So this is another 10, I believe. I think I lost count on the first one. Sorry, guys. It's hard when you're trying to like exert energy. Okay, and here we go. And then I moved down to 40, and then I tried to do full reps. I think I put it out at like 8 reps, which was good. It was a great pump. And that's the nice thing. You only have to do 1 set, and you're wrecked. Well, I'm sorry, not wrecked, because it's not like it's like your muscles get to a point they're like, okay, we're done. You go, okay, cool, I'm hungry. So there's that. Okay, last thing. Also, this is something that I know Papa Jeff needs to know that I always do. I try to do my face pulls at least twice a week. I know he says every day, but I think twice a week is perfectly fine. This is an excellent exercise for fixing posture and also really working out all the extra muscles that help support the shoulder. And because generally, you always work the front of the shoulder, but you never work the back of the shoulder. So this works that. And as you can tell, I'm trying to take my thumb and put it past my face. That helps to create more external rotation, which again is a safer position for your arms. So I end up doing 15 it's only like 25 pounds. It's an itty bitty. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's just to get a little extra stability in the joint, so that way it makes you stronger. And I've noticed a huge difference. Like my shoulders don't hurt anymore, and especially when coming out of dancing in a company where you're doing torch lifts and all that kind of stuff. Being able to have that stability, I think, is huge. And yeah. I don't know, and then I guess out of my own, like, oh my God, I'm going to get injured. I do a lot of things to reduce the chance of injuries, not prevent it. You're not going to prevent injury, but I think I'm very happy. I'm very lucky that I haven't had any weird injuries like knees or anything like that. Knock on wood. Anyways, okay, so that's the second video. It's 10:57 a.m. I think the first one's already up and it's live, which is great. Let me know in the comments if you like the workout. Again, let me know in the comments if you want to see anything else. I'm going to try and talk to Jackie and see if she wants to have a one-on-one. I'll try to have one with Chris as well. Probably try to keep it about this length. There's no reason to go any longer than that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Again, make sure to like the video. Even if you don't like it, like it. I'm kidding. Just, let me know if you like it. Make sure to make a comment. I love to hear from everybody. Anyway, Sexy Beasts, get to it. It's Tuesday. You know what you got to do.